Informed viewers, welcome to this week's edition of Planet Earth, Our Loving Home, the first in a two-part series featuring acclaimed U.S. environmental scientist Dr. Robert Goodland, who will discuss how animal product production and consumption causes climate change. Regarded as the conscience of the World Bank, Dr. Goodland served the bank as a senior environmental advisor for 23 years. Currently, he is a senior fellow at the World Resources Institute, a nonprofit global think tank that conducts environmental research and provides solutions to governments, companies, and communities regarding ecology-related issues. He has authored or co-authored numerous books on sustainable economic development and the environment, serves as Metropolitan Chair of the Ecological Society of America, and is the past president of the International Association for Impact Assessment. In 2008, he received the first International Union for Conservation of Nature's Coolidge Medal for his outstanding contributions to environmental conservation. In October 2011, the Gwangju NGO Global Forum was held at South Korea's Junnam National University and featured a talk by Dr. Goodland entitled Food and Climate Change, Risk and Opportunity for Korea and the World. The event was part of the 2011 Gwangju Summit of the Urban Environment Accords, where mayors and professionals from more than 100 cities around the world gathered in Gwangju City to discuss pressing environmental issues facing urban areas. Some of the distinguished attendees included Lester Brown, founder and president of the U.S.-based Earth Policy Institute, Amina Mohammed, Deputy Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Program, and Dr. Juan Clos, Executive Director of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, UN Habitat. We now present excerpts from an interview with Dr. Goodland and his talk in South Korea.
I think most of us agree that climate catastrophe is the biggest problem, the biggest predicament facing civilization today. Korean greenhouse gas emissions are steadily rising. In 2005, Korea emitted 490 million tons. By 2010, it was 570 million tons. By 2015, it's predicted to be 604 million tons, and so on. This is what's causing climate change. The worldwide level of atmospheric greenhouse gases that's agreed to be safe is 350 parts per million. Those of you who were here and heard Lester Brown saw this huge badge he had on his jacket. It said 350. That's the goal, 350 parts per million of greenhouse gas. But most unfortunately, last year, the world's average concentration already exceeded 350. It's 390 right now. So we have to get back to a safe level, and we don't have long. Several people asked Lester Brown how long we've got to get back to a safe level. He said, well, no one knows, but not as long as most people think. Now, whether that's 5 years or maybe at the outside 10, it's very short time to make the huge changes required in our civilization to prevent climate. phenomenon in the world. In 2009, 60 billion livestock animals were raised. 60 billion were killed, and 60 billion were eaten by us. Now, a full 1/4 of all land worldwide is used for livestock grazing. 1/3 of all farmable land is now used for growing livestock feed, like soybeans. The Amazon rainforest has been destroyed for cattle ranching and feed production. Most of Korea's beef comes from the Amazon rainforest. Table 1, we have found about 10 discrepancies in the calculation of FAO. And when you put all those small discrepancies together, they add up to 51%, up from FAO's calculation of 18%. The biggest one that FAO omitted was the respiration of the 6 billion livestock animals that are killed every year. They all respire, and that contains carbon dioxide, and they didn't include that. Most cattle come from the Amazon forest. People cut down the Amazon forest. The effect of that is it reduces the greenhouse gas sequestration capacity of the forest. Second, they burn the forest, which emits a huge amount of greenhouse gas. Then they raise cattle. Their belches and respiration increases greenhouse gas, and then in the life cycle of livestock, refrigeration, transport, and things like that also emits much more greenhouse gas. In addition, much Amazon forest is cut down not for livestock ranches but for livestock feed. And this livestock feed, a lot comes into Korea, a lot goes to feed Chinese pigs. And so that's a huge amount of extra greenhouse gas from the livestock process. forest has been cut down, photosynthetic absorptive capacity of the world has been reduced. And so the old concept of the beautifully balanced yin and yang carbon cycle, where photosynthesis perfectly balances respiration, that's all out of the window. Humanity has managed to break the carbon cycle, and not many people admit it yet.
In the end, only immediately changing the way we all eat will solve our world's climate crisis.
And now we come to, I hope, the solution. What are the alternatives to animal food-centric diets? Climatically effective alternatives to eating livestock include any plant-based foods. If you find it difficult to make a transition from meat, then you can eat meat analogs.
Our sincere thanks, Dr. Robert Goodland, for your invaluable scientific research that clearly demonstrates that the production and consumption of animal products is the primary driver of climate change and deeply threatens the future of all civilization. May the entire world soon become aware of this fact and quickly put a stop to the livestock industry by following an organic vegan lifestyle for the sake of our planet and future generations. For more information on Dr. Robert Goodland, please visit www.goodlandrobert.com. Dr. Goodland's books are available at www.amazon.com. Download a free PDF of the article Livestock and Climate Change at www.worldwatch.org/node/6294. Eco-conscious viewers, please join us again next Wednesday on Planet Earth, Our Loving Home, for the concluding episode in our two-part series featuring Dr. Robert Goodland. Thank you for watching today's program. May our world be forever blessed with the abundant love from the divine.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/PE